Morning, everybody. Icy here. Just want to touch base with you on a couple of things I've been reading in the news and seeing, and I suppose you could call it a little bit of a history lesson. So, the Ku Klux Klan was founded by members of the Confederacy that were Democrat back in 1865. The same exact year that the Civil War ended. Matter of fact, they were created almost immediately upon the end of the Civil War. Now, let's see. It was basically to continue the fight against the Republicans that were currently in office, which is Abraham Lincoln, first Republican president, and to continue to instill fear into the blacks that were currently, still living in the South, and their views actually progressed throughout the entire United States at the time. In 1870, 5 years after the end of the Civil War, the very first black congressman was actually elected, which is ironic, but I mean, it's great. There was a recent article from the Center of Immigration Studies saying that Washington, D.C. is currently trying to authorize illegals to vote in local elections. It's pretty much ironic, since I know an illegal from Honduras who has been living in New York State for close to 20 years now, and he has been voting in all elections since the first day he came. He was given welfare benefits, food stamps, housing assistance, medical assistance, education assistance for him and his family. He actually was allowed to work part-time jobs, and the way, now I don't know every state, but in New York State, you work 1,000 hours, which is approximately 6 months worth of time, then you can collect unemployment afterwards for around 6 months. So he was doing that, and he also had his own business under the table doing home repairs. So he's going to continue to vote Democrat because that's what he was advised to do. As long as you vote Democrat, you're going to continue to receive the benefits that you're getting now. And it's like I said, Carlos has been here for almost 20 years. And it's really ironic that the Democrats keep pushing for social programs. And I have to ask myself, why are they doing this? Slavery ended officially in 1865. In 1935, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, signed into law the Social Security Act, which is in any sense a welfare program to help poor Americans to survive. The Great Society, which is what Lyndon Johnson advocated for, went into effect in 1966, shortly after John F. Kennedy was assassinated and Johnson became president. The Great Society Act actually increased welfare payments to single families. They did not stress what they call a nuclear family. They didn't want people to stay as a family. They wanted to keep people separated. And I'm reading this, and I have to look back on history, and that is exactly what happened in the South when slavery was prevalent. They frowned upon black families being together. The Democrats, the Confederates, whatever you want to call them, at the time would sell them off and keep them separated. They supported them by giving them just enough food to keep them alive and healthy. They gave them just enough education to keep them functioning, but not enough to better themselves. They provided everything that you're currently seeing in the welfare system today. You look at the inner cities, billions, hundreds of billions are being spent on inner cities to supposedly help the black communities, help the Latino communities, but After all these years, that money being poured into those things, no one has gotten better. And the only reason why people haven't gotten better is because they continue to accept the handouts. They don't make people go out and earn jobs. They don't make people, keep families together. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, who was a well-known racist at the time, she actually said it was created to destroy and kill off the black community. So you have to ask yourself this, okay? Don't take my word for it. I want you do your own research. What has the Democratic Party done for the black community? I mean, really done. You got, example, New York City, the education system sucks. People are just as stupid as when they graduate as when they went in. They're not learning anything. But look at all the billions of dollars being poured into the education system. You have teachers that are sitting in what they call rubber rooms, which are essentially, what do they call it? The dugout for a ball game. They just sit there waiting around collecting a paycheck and not doing anything. Why? Why aren't they out there working with the kids? That's their job. Why aren't they teaching these kids to read? If you got people sitting in a rubber room, that means they have extra teachers that can actually be in a classroom and focus on kids and get them to improve their education and help promote these kids to have a better life. They won't do that because that takes away from the overall plan of keeping that. And it's like they said, it's the black plantation today. It's called the ghetto, the hood, whatever you want to call it. They're keeping the black man, the Latino man, the yellow man down. And yes, I know I'm a white man, but you know something? I don't look at skin color. I look at your attitude and the way you treat other people. But this is all coming from the Democratic Party. So you people better start paying attention to what's going on. The Democrats are the party of the Klan, are the party of segregation. They are the party of Jim Crow laws. They are the party of the Great Reset. They are the party that implemented welfare. Why? Because as long as people are still dependent upon the government, they're not going to soar independently and prosper. Modern slavery. And now, because so many black Americans and Latino Americans are waking up to what has been going on within the Democratic Party, now you got Joe Biden importing almost 10 million Democrat voters. Don't believe my word for it. Do the research yourself. ICY out.